Do you want to feel good about yourself? Well, if you're a human being, probably very likely. So that's what I want to talk about today. So, welcome back to the podcast. And I want to talk about a story and some free key lessons I learned yesterday on a train. Because sometimes I go through an experience and I'll feel good, or maybe I go through an experience and it's a challenge. And then I'm like, okay, let's reflect on that and what the experience was. Oh, and by the way, I'm in a makeshift. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm in a makeshift place at the moment, visiting the family. But yeah, I learned three really important lessons from something I did yesterday, and I shared it on social media, but I thought I'd share it on the podcast as well. So yesterday, I was on a crowded train. Now, if you're in the UK, you get a lot of them, right? Even if you go to first class, sometimes it can be busy. But yesterday, I was like, I didn't see the point of buying a first class ticket. I'll just get standard. Got there and was standing up on the train. It was like loads and loads of thing, and I'm okay at that. I was going like an hour on the train. I've done that many times. It's fine to stand up. And then there was this elderly woman, and she had like a crutch or like walking stick, more of a crutch, and obviously needed to sit down. But there was no one who could give up a seat because we weren't in the seat compartment. We were between carriages. And first class, she did not have a first class ticket. So I was like, that woman really needs to sit down. And do you know what I did? I went into first class and I saw the ticket instructor, and I said, "Hey, look, there's an old lady in the carriage there, and she's really struggling to stand. Can she please have a first class seat? She's not got a ticket, but she looks like she's really struggling." And they were like, "Of course, come in," and like sat down. And then they actually invited the others in the carriage between to sit there as well, and I didn't because I had too much luggage and stuff, and it was difficult for me to squeeze in. Um, But yeah, like what it taught me, and this woman was scared of asking. What it taught me were three key lessons. Number one, ask. If you don't ask, you do not get. You get a no 100% of the time when you don't ask. So that's a really key one. And I remember just reaching out for help. Like through all the things I've invested in and grown and done in my life, I have some very great people in my network. And in all honesty, I'm sometimes shocked with like how far behind I feel, just being totally honest, with like what they've achieved, financially. And, I've done really well with a podcast and I've known some very great people, but certainly when we talk about business and numbers, not in a way of like it's ego, but just kind of things like I feel way behind. And I've had a problem reaching out to people in a certain way, but like I've learned to ask them for help. And there's a part of me that's like, don't ask, like they don't want to help you. But actually, every time when I ask like one of my friends, whether they're an investor or multiple business owner, I'm like, they give me some really good guidance. So ask people like I did there. The second thing is instinctively, I knew it was the right thing to do to ask help for this woman. Mine still, of course, came up with like, oh, don't ask, you'll look stupid and all these kind of things. So that's always going to come in, but use your instincts as much as possible. And if it logically makes sense even a bit, do it. And then number three, just kindness feels good. And when you can do more kindness, it'll just make you feel good as a person, as a human being. And actually, it makes me feel more valuable with my self-esteem as well. Like, I'm helping other people. I'm purposeful. I feel like I've had an impact, even if it's small. So that's the third lesson I want to share to kind of like feeling more good about myself as well that I picked up. So those are what I wanted to share with you today. Think about how you can start asking more for what you want in life, even if it's just small things. It's a muscle, I believe, asking for stuff and asking questions. Although they're two different things. Asking for what you want and asking other questions can be different things, but asking for what you want, children do it all the time, right? Why don't we? Because we have these limiting beliefs, these blockers. So just get into the practice of asking what you want more often than not. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. Thank you for listening, and remember to lead with your heart and not with fear.